17 of the NFL. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' superstar wide receiver. And with him, any catch could be a big one. He's the NFL leader in touchdown receptions. It's the Raiders and the Hawks, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7. And off we go from Las Vegas. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Smith going to go to the air first play. And his first pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Raiders defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues, ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively, because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 8. Give to Walker on the read option. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. On the option, it's Smith himself. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Smith. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Geno now to throw. Nowhere to return this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Tyree Wilson in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground, because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense, because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
Partner, do we still count this as the holiday season?
A little bit of a gray area, but I think you can.
Okay, well, we just passed it, right? Well, the gifts keep coming to our guy, don't they?
They do.
I mean, think about this now. Clinch the playoff spot. Offensive player of the week in Week 16. I think he's going to keep going. I think he's going to keep firing away. I don't think they pull back at all.
Yeah, and everybody for them rounding into form right now. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 carries, 52 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
A beautiful fake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Raider first down, 17 yards. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. The Raiders at 14-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Running left, Taylor. Pushing through the contact. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Hook up a 15 yards there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Looking for Michael Mayer on the play. And now it's second down. A give for Taylor running right side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand. And a really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole
bit.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. When they need to play on 3rd down, you kind of know what direction the ball's going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Now a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 3-3, a tight one after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Boy, left that first defender grasping at air as he winds up getting a full 8 yards on that play.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? when the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. It's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Gino. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to it.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 33. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
2nd and 9 now. Hitting Mayer here on the out route. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Schaefer. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker.
Touchdown! Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling. Doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. Getting, maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A give for Walker running right. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly...
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Juju Brents. And a great return here gets this one all the way down the 26-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside.
That was my fault, actually. I thought the receiver I was throwing to was a different button. That was my fault.
It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They bring pressure there on 3rd down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the 1st down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get out. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders take a 3-touchdown lead. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not... Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. So... hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Rolling to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I went to throw the ball and he didn't for some reason. He just like pumped it or something.
Setting him back on the sack.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, It's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that... intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And the Raiders are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on top. The Broncos trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who have the lead in that one at halftime. Tyler Lockett, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get over to Inglewood, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at SoFi Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Miles Sanders, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. Both teams making their final adjustments before we get started once again. And for the call of the second half, let's send you back out to Allegiant Stadium in Brandon Gaudin.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Now the throw on third down.
They're like going back and stopping, and it's like they're going one way. And number one, they're hitting my receivers in their routes. They're hitting them past 5 yards. You can't do that. It's Madden, whatever. Number 2, I'm throwing these balls. I'm hitting these linebackers shit right in their hands because they're going one way, and then the second I throw the ball, the second it comes out of my hand, they're not reacting to it while it's in the air. The second it comes out of my hand, they're stopping what they're doing. Instead of covering the guy they were already, they're stopping what they're doing, and they're just going whatever to the ball.
Over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Smith. Pass incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at about the 28. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And a pretty good burst there as they'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things broke down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just floated from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand.
Plenty of shouts from
I don't know, but let's just challenge it.
The replay, they want a challenge, and they're going to get one. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the 1st of his timeouts. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition,
this is going to be
as much time so
this is going to be the same thing as last year. All of my players are going to get hurt the next 2 games, and I'm going to be playing in the playoffs with a skeleton team. This happened last year.
2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Smith. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Straight ahead, Walker evades the tackler, and now some space. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Smith. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 41 yards. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. Gets around him. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the right side, here's Mayer. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll look to throw. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is...
Yeah, where I was looking, it took so long to develop. I wasn't sure if I was getting pressured, so I just threw the fucking ball away.
Nobody in the vicinity
sitting there watching this receiver, like, do it, and it just took so long to develop.
In order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 there on the screen. That'll set up a 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Geno now to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. To throw is Smith. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is taken at the 23. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. It gets it right back to Mayer. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown Raiders. Nico Collins, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Get another look at Seattle's offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Smith, this throw finds Smith and Jigba down the left sideline. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Walker Will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on second? And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th.
I love how he did nothing for 3 quarters, and now all of a sudden I can't stop him. It's just such Madden, man. It's ridiculous.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that'll make this a 19-point ball game.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
105 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They run once more with Taylor. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And a crossover out of bounds right at the 25.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Minshew. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The running play does not work from the 5 on 4th and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We set it. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a
safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, anymore at this point.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Right back to Hubbard.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on...
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnovers.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's Smith. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Desperation time for Smith on fourth down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Smith now to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a third and long.
Smith going to try and run with it.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And here just playing for pride at this point. Down big, but they'll go for it on fourth and goal.
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker.
I mean, for how dominant my defense played up until about halfway through the third quarter, this is ridiculous. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, it's like they're all of a sudden they're the fucking greatest show on turf.
As long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
That is caught, and he's going to have a Raider first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script here. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Minshew down to a knee, victory formation, and that should be just about it.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one a victory for the Raiders. So for the Raiders,
they move to a sparkling 15-1 with one game still to go in the regular season.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL.
Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.